Okay, howdy everybody, welcome back. Vorm here. Let's play some more Vintage Story. Hopping into the multiplayer server. Push button, and go to the Discord. Alright, we're live and in charge. What have these guys been up to while I've been gone? Well, my own little mud hut here seems fine. Deluxe mud hut chic. You decided to buy the game and you immediately jumped in here and died over and over again, right? And you also decided to use the HumbleBundle link. You didn't take that dollar savings or whatever the savings is. I don't know what the savings is, actually. Alright, let me mount my viewing platform here. Survey the realm. Well, at least there's some stone walls in that building over there. Not time to disassemble all the mud huts, you people. Jeez. Alright, what do I need to work on? Let's go check the visitor center first. See if it's been raided. See, Rem got the plants in. Are these maple saplings going to grow, or is that as big as they get on a planter? Because I can't imagine they're going to grow inside here. That looks cool and all, though. Trampled by a bighorn sheep. Hey, at least one person used a piece of armor. Now I just gotta train them to replace what they take when they get a chance, so other people can take advantage without me having to constantly refresh everything. Alright, I don't know if we're in the glass age or not, or what. Let's go see what kind of technological progress has been made over at Austin's place. Still in May. They emptied the crate. Eat bricks. Uh-oh. Bronze tools. Yay, finally got the or the chests up. think I'm gonna go... Well, actually, you guys got bronze now, which means you can get into the quartz.
Yeah, I think we're going.
Well, I just wanted to get one lantern put together for the visitor center.
Yeah.
So I could stop replacing torches. Think. Oh yeah, I wanted to go back over to the stone biome, and what was over there that I was interested in? There's something along that wall. The different rock types, the slate. I forget what else. 1700 though. I better wait for morning to do that. I've seen some raccoons shuttling around and heard them. You'll probably find them hanging out around the beehive. Go whoever's house has got the beehives going. Raccoons are attracted to that. I don't know why you want a raccoon in particular, but... You there, Radar? Is there anything you need those otherworldly creatures in the mines bits for? I don't know what that means. I rarely bother to fence off my berry bushes either, and I've never really had a problem. There's so many berry bushes in the world, the raccoons I don't think are particularly attracted to your own. Lately, I've been putting them in my apiary and fencing them off in the recent videos you've seen me doing my solo run and my co-op run with Make'em, but prior to that, I never bothered. I just threw down berry bushes wherever, and it always seemed fine. I have no idea. You get bits, innards, and guts and stuff. I don't go chasing the drifters all that often. Down in the caves, the deep ones. The only things I'm usually looking for are the fibers and the gears. That is not going to be enough to take care of that all, but we'll switch to firewood when it runs out. Alright, I think I'm going to go exploring in the morning. I think that's a more useful task for me currently. I work on whatever my next building's going to be. Yeah, the generic term is drifters. That's 99% of what you're going to see and what you're talking about. And they get nastier the deeper you go into the earth, and they also get nasty, or will spawn nasty versions during storms. And of course, they do more damage when they hit you when they're the nastier versions, and they have higher quantity or quality of loot possible. There's also other things in the tunnels. There's spiders and I forget the full list, but you might encounter other things down there. If you're mining properly, if you're specifically going for ore and such and pro-picking and trying to find particular ones, you shouldn't ever be finding or being attacked by drifters if you're doing it the right way. As long as you leave enough torches to keep the areas you're in lit, that will suppress the drifters from spawning to begin with. When you're done with a section, you close it off so nothing will appear in there after the torches go out. And you just keep mining and laying torches and closing off branches you no longer need. You shouldn't ever see a drifter while you're mining. If you're cave exploring, totally different and pretty dangerous. You better be ready if you're going cave exploring. And you better be willing to sacrifice everything you're wearing, because you're probably not going to get back to the body once you get down a ways. Yeah, the animals do have a tendency to occasionally jump or, you know, do odd movements that can make it a little tough. Go get these torches done, deliver some over to the starter house, and then go see if I can do ob jobs over at Austin's to get some stuff made. No. There's still rift activity. There's just no storms. Because they're dumb. If they ever do anything interesting with that system and not just make it the lazy, let's kill all the players every 2 or 3 days. Or make them hide and do nothing. Once they graduate past that kind of basic silly gameplay, I'll be happy to turn them back on. But they're so trivial to avoid and so lethal that you have no choice really but to avoid them, and that means just sitting around doing nothing. You can't even, well, you can sort of proof a work area and get some stuff done, but it's just too complicated, especially on a server like this, a community server where we're going to have all levels of players. Way simpler just to turn it off. Two Austin Mags players, he must be elite hacksaw. Or he's having connection issues. And one of them's just kind of running in place, probably. How am I not taking hunger damage? Because I'm not out of food. I still have 6.3. Bar looks empty, but it's a 1,500 unit bar. So now I'm at 6.2. I am operating on the starvation diet. Basically, you let yourself go to complete zero. That's when you start taking the little pulses of damage, and it makes the little beeping noises, depending on what voice you chose. When that happens, you eat one piece of one food. That's it. Doesn't matter what you eat. Anything. One piece. And then you do nothing else. And what happens is you get a tiny amount of food, so I'll only get 30 sat out of this piece of grain I'm going to eat. But it puts a temporary buff on losing anything on your hunger bar. So, and it's a long buff. So I can go the entire day on like 2 to 3 pieces of grain. Or any other food. Doesn't matter what food you're eating. But that's why. Now there's a consequence. The negative consequence is I'm not filling any of my food bars. So I'm stuck at, you know, well, I'm at 11 health. Ooh, because of my protein diet. So, I mean, you're stuck at low health. You need to eat a lot in order to fill these bars. And by filling the bars, you increase your total hit point value. You get 2.5 hit points per full bar. And it, you get partials. You don't have to go all the way to the end and then suddenly get 2.5. It does it in increments. But that's the consequence. But I don't care. What do I need hit points for? I'm immortal. Nothing ever hits me. Alright, torches are done. Let's go deliver some of those to the welcome center. And then I'll go loiter around Austin's house doing odd jobs to pay for some tools or something. Or a copper plate so I can make a lantern when I get some quartz. So for people joining in, that little hut right near where you spawn, and if you die and respawn, that's a new player visitor center. You can feel free to use the items in there. They're there specifically for people to use either when they're brand new jumping in, and or if you die and you need some stuff to do a corpse recovery. All I ask is if you take stuff out of here later when you have material, come back and replace some of the stuff you took. So I don't have to constantly come in here and resupply it. I don't want more in here than just basic tools and stuff, though. Don't anybody come over here and start dropping chainmail and advanced tools and all that kind of stuff. Just intended to be a kind of a safe point welcome center for people that are spawning into the server or respawns. All right, more torches. Leaves me plenty. Grab some sticks, and I just want to get one lantern put in the middle of this so I can stop coming over and replenishing the torches. Need to get the pathing run around the edge of the building too. One more batch of pathing, we'll get that finished up. And I'll put windows in it later once we got glass. Hey, portal. So that's a portals. That's where the spawns are coming from, the drifters. And when I'm near it, my little gear is spinning backwards. Now it's recovering. Another portal. Hey! Stop it, drifters. I don't have that many hit points. Better hop in your quenching pool. You're fine now. You stopped taking damage. But yeah, you set your you put shelves above burning stuff, and you're now losing all the stuff. Oh crap! Grab all the tools, quick! It's spreading. You don't ever put wood stuff above open fires.
I thought way up there was good.
Was that 2 above it?
I
Because I hadn't tested that. I'd actually asked. I
guess.
asked in a recent stream. I was wondering if too high was okay, but apparently not.
No.
All right, that's all the stuff I grabbed off the racks, but most of it didn't get that far.
I said, I think I got lucky and saved.
Trading in a copper pick for the slightly used bronze pick, so I can go out and grab quartz and a few other things.
This is second chance visit.
Not sure I would put an oak crate next to an open fire either.
I haven't seen burn, even in my own solos. I guess it was just right above it.
Only thing that I've ever had set on fire has always been directly above.
We'll move it.
But you know, better safe than sorry. So everything seems good with the server on a technical end, yes. There seems to be an overwhelming number of people getting killed by goats and boars and raccoons and foxes and wolves and bears, but other than that, can't blame the server for that. Still rift activity medium. Guess I'll stick around a little longer. You guys haven't looked. Is there like a stockpile of copper?
See. Yeah, there's like 108. We don't have a lot, but we have some.
I'm just going to pound out one plate for the eventual lantern. Didn't want to use up the last of something.
I have 100. I have another 120 burning for 6 morning goods.
Player Old Wolf got killed by a wolf. Player Bacon Queen got killed by a wolf. You people.
We have a clay pit oven right above my fire, and then the shells above that. That has never burned on me.
Time for my one grain for the day. Well, probably two. Alrighty. Plate's done. I am out of here. Thank you very much. I just gotta go get me some wax and some quartz crystal, clear crystal.
Box farm, unless we have some.
You got wax already?
I have candles packed.
I'm out of here. Alright. I'll be back. On an adventure. The settings for the server are modified wilderness survival. I took wilderness survival But then I put the map and the coordinate system back on it because I knew we were going to have a lot of new players joining in, and I didn't want them to, you know, suffer. I've got the whole list of changes on the Discord for everybody to review, but I changed the days per month to 30 so that people could, you know, take a couple of days off from playing the game and come back and not have 9 months of in-game time pass. So we're on 30-day months. What else did I do? I changed the corpse timer to 30 minutes instead of, I think it's on 5 minutes or 10 minutes normally. So I just did a couple of things to make it a little easier for newer players that are probably going to die a lot. But otherwise it is wilderness survival settings for 90% of the settings. We've got wilderness survival damage levels for the enemies. We've got even more than wilderness survival settings for hunger and spoilage. So it's even harder than the normal wilderness survival in that regard. So it's kind of a mix. It's some started with wilderness survival and then I tweaked it a few directions. Alright, I am aiming for that wall over there initially, and then we'll see where we end up. I believe he trapped them because they spawned in a position where they couldn't move, and he was able to just build the wall around them. So they're kind of trapped in that tree. They all spawned like in the same spot, but they have no movement path. Teams where everyone shares the map vision? No, I think there's mods that do that kind of thing. Which game was it where we had the cartography table? Was it Vintage Story, or am I thinking of a different game? Oh no, that was Necess. Yeah, I don't remember. I never play with maps, so I don't know what the map versions are. There may be mods for it, but I don't believe so in the basic game. It's been forever since I actually played with maps. I'm not sure what the current abilities or options are. Alright, I got my clear quartz already, so I can make the lantern. You guys have got candles available. And there's more quartz there. Guess I'll grab a bit while I'm here till I... Oh, never mind. We're out of here. With 8 hit points and no armor, I can't be messing with drifters. More chalk. I think the slate I was going to mine a little bit of is back here. Yeah, there's a little of it right there. Beautiful, beautiful slate. You're pretty determined to feed those wolves to death. Nah, they're spawning at the exact same spot. Right where I built that little welcoming center. The world center 0 point is pretty much dead center in the middle of the welcome center that I built, but I have the respawn radius at 25 blocks, so they'll respawn, if the world spot 0 is here, they'll respawn anywhere within 25 block radius, so that's that point. That prevents telefragging, people being on the teleport, the spawn point when somebody else spawns in. So they'll appear randomly within 25 spaces of that center point inside that building. So they're just reappearing there over and over again. The wolves aren't far from there. Yeah, the default respawn radius is 5,000, so it's kind of rough in a community game where you want people to be near each other if you don't reset that. I mean, if you want the community game to have everybody spread far out and then just occasionally meet, that's fine. You can also reset your own respawn point if you get a temporal gear. You can use that to set your own respawn point. To change it from the default. Which people usually do to set their spawn point inside their own house or base. Especially depending on how far away they have decided to build from the standard respawn. I've decided to make this just a let's collect pretty colored rocks run. And I guess it's only 9 o'clock. I could move on. I still got some spots to pick stuff up. Need to grab some clay so I can use most of these rocks up, turn them into cobblestone. So we'll look for clay as we run. So yeah, I really like that spot. Lots of pretty colored rocks. We got chalk, we got andesite, we got slate, and we've already got claystone everywhere. Let's keep moving. This way I can pretty up the entrance center. My next project for a building is going to be go over to one of the hot springs and set up a relaxation retreat over top of one of the hot springs. For no good reason other than I think it'll be cool. There's another good spot right there. We gotta go look at that. That looks interesting. I'm gonna What's going on up here? Anybody found a translocator gate yet? Dead end. Lots more pretty rock, though. This is the test server in that I'm one second. I've partnered with a new game web hosting service, Something Unique Hosting, and I've never used them before, so I'm learning how to use their setup and their interface and console and so on, and we're kind of stress testing performance and uptime and things like that just to make sure that everything is working properly. And then while we're doing this test version, quote unquote, it's open to everybody. Anybody that wants can join me and play in the same world as me. The only restriction I have on it is if you're going to be in my voice chat while I'm on live streams, you have to be a quote unquote friend of the community. And all that means is that I have to recognize your name. You have to have been around for a little bit, either chatting in my Discord or on live streams or donating or subbing or something. I just need some kind of history of participation in the community. Doesn't have to be paid, doesn't mean you've sent me money or anything. That helps, that's always nice, but that's not the requirement. As long as I recognize the name, basically, then you're free to join in, and I'll even let you talk on the internet. You'll be famous, world famous, to about 50 people. Yeah, that's basically my filter for rowdies. And it's worked pretty well so far. But yeah, and then during this test world, we're figuring out things like the game likes to paradrop 8 bears when you've got too many people in one area. That was a fun one to figure out and learn that it does. So that's the kind of thing I want to figure out here. So I'm trying to get as many people on as possible so that we can learn the lessons and know what's going to happen when I kick off what I've been calling the official community game in a couple of weeks during the Christmas holiday break. We'll take the lessons, information, mod suggestions, and so on that we learned from this one to form that one. But this one's going to be running continuously for however long you guys are interested. If player count drops on the server and viewer count drops on the videos tremendously, then, you know, I'll move on to something else. Come on now. I'd be interested in joining a server if you end up having open slots for randoms. What do you mean? Join right now. Come on in. This is an open server. The only restriction is chatting during my live streams. Otherwise, you can join right now. All you gotta do is hit my Discord. It's got the announcement blurb, and then the Vintage Story channel's got all the deets. Basically, you just need to know the host IP information and the password, and you're in. Have I got Sleeping Through Storms? I didn't put on Sleeping Through Storms because we have no storms. I just disabled that entirely. Because I find it to be immensely stupid and boring and useless. So I finally decided just to stop using it. All it does is stop the gameplay. I mean, with 30 seconds of knowledge and explanation, you can completely avoid it. And you can't stay out and fight it. So what's the point of having it? If you can both trivially avoid it on day one in 30 seconds of effort, and you can't actually stay out and fight. If they would just set it up so that it gradually increases the severity or danger level of the enemies, I'd treat it differently. If on the first storm on day 4 or 5 you just had surface level drifters and maybe a higher concentration, I'd be all for it. But no. On day 4, when you get the storm, you've got mega ultra Zerg Lord drifters that spawn directly behind you when they teleport in, and they just kind of lightly breathe in your direction, and your entire body explodes into a million pieces. That's what you get, which is just absolutely ridiculous. So, no, I'm not going to engage with that system anymore. Till there's some kind of reason. Some kind of useful function or some way for players to actually interact with it in an entertaining, meaningful, or maybe survivable way. It's just a stupid system right now. So I stopped making excuses for it. I just turn it off. It's no fun, especially in live stream gameplay, where you guys literally just have me... I literally put myself in my little stormproof coffin, and I go and get a sandwich in real life. And you guys stare at a taking a break screen while the storm goes off. So, no. Yeah. No storms. We've still got all the other mechanics for that process, just no storms. Alright, so we're working our way around the edge of the hill. Lots of flat grasslands. There's a portal, oh no! So watch the little green gear here as I approach the portal. It's moving now! Oh, it's getting spooky. We got down to 87%. We're on the 118 stable. 118 point whatever stable. I did the 119 beta when I first started streaming VS again, week and a half, 2 weeks ago, but it's got too many problems. Big nasty memory leaks. I was having to restart every 10 minutes because of the memory leaks, and they kept getting some crash errors and some other problems, so I played it a bit and enough to show people kind of the major changes that are coming in the beta, and then I hopped back into the 118 stable. Alright, somebody's got a mud hut out this direction. No idea who that is. This is not interesting terrain for me over here. What are we looking at? I gotta remember I have a map. Got some redwoods, got heavy forest, and water further that way. This forest enough to have horsetail? You got horsetail in here somewhere? Probably be scooping up all the flax just so I can get my bags upgraded slowly. I think it's going to be a really long time before any of the farmers get big flax harvests in. Rich chunk of native gold in quartz. I remember seeing that and picking it up. And I'm not seeing... Got just enough room. Really? Not even the seed. Again? Ugh, getting robbed. I guess we'll go this way. I don't want to go into the forest. More sunflowers. I don't often see sunflowers. Somebody got here to get that looted. I don't need seeds. I'm not farming. I am just doing exploration, doing community projects, doing some surveying and things like that. I'm leaving the mining and the farming and all the other stuff to the other folks. I'm not even... my mud hut is just there as a convenience to hold a few things. I'm not even really using the mud hut. As the tech levels advance and people get materials, I'll just ask for and borrow tool upgrades or things like that. I am more a community project manager. Oh, nobody's actually done this one, huh? All right, let's loot it before somebody else gets here. Where are you? There you are. Forage. All right, sure. What was that? Oh, I can't pick those up. Don't need sandstone. And I don't need 14 grass, but I would like the healing poultices. That's linen healing poultices. Ooh, fancy. Go get the other one. One more over here. So there's always two in the arena. There's one right there by the front entrance in that corner. So find the entrance and then right there. And then there's one right over here. Underground just a little bit. Right there. And food. Grain. Alright. Spelt. I don't have any space. Oh well. Throw something out if we find something interesting. Yeah, I found it interesting that we had so many arena clusters here. There's an arena there. There's an arena there. There's the arena here. I think it was just those three and like no other. Oh, maybe. I can't quite tell. Some of them are partially buried. We got the hot spring area over here. A bunch of hot springs. Another arena there. Man, this having a map. Oof, I don't know. It's going to make me lose my orienteering skills the more I play with maps. I should just know what direction I'm facing. Who's sneaking around out here? Oh, that's Austin. Austin's sneaking around out here, huh? Who's over there? Old Wolf.
I tried unsuccessfully to hunt gazelle, which are worse than rabbits.
You mean in this game, or do you mean in the 119 gazelle? I assume
We
you
have
mean
gazelles to the south.
actual gazelles or just goats? I didn't think the
They're
gazelles.
gazelles.
Oh, all right. I thought those were added in
I
119.
think it's because we're in a warmer climate.
Could be. I'm not used to seeing gazelles. I don't think I've tried gazelles then. I don't remember when they were added. Whoa, that is a big redwood forest to the far south. I guess I could. What time is it? It's a little late. I should probably head back. I'm full inventory anyway. 60 quartz and 12 clear quartz. That's 6 lanterns just off the clear quartz alone without having to do bloomeries or anything. I'll just stockpile the quartz for these guys to use later. Alright. Going home. If I don't get eaten by a bear. You there, Jornus. And Lord of Slavs. I think those are both names I haven't said hi to. Actually, I'm not carrying any of that because we got none of them earlier. Yeah, I won't bother. Next trip, we'll grab that stuff. That type of stuff. Hidden ruin. Oh, somebody dug it. I don't know all the ruin types and all of the treasure locations. Arena's the only one I've really got memorized. Arena number 2. There's a third one right over there that I thought was much more scenic that would make a good base. It's fun to dig out arenas and use them for homes. Forget where it was exactly. Oh, right there. Yeah, right there. I was thinking about making this my home. You got grass right next to you, plus some nice trees, plus the arena here. I think there were some ponds nearby for water. Not that you need to worry about it after people got buckets, but... Oh, partial one there too. Oh, somebody's been over here. Random stack of firewood. Uh-oh, resin. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be the resin collector, and I'm going to set it up on the auction house to sell resin. Because resin's going to annoy everybody later. I'll corner the market on resin. Let's get rid of you. I don't care about you. Take the resin. Got some nice oak trees right here next to it. Yeah, there's one of the ponds. So yeah, I thought this was a nice little spot. It's pretty scenic. Be fun to set up there. At some point I'm going to set up a house for myself on the server, but I don't know where. I'll keep looking for now. Let other people take first dibs here closer to the spawn points. Alright, that way's home, right? Yep, that way's home. So has anybody that's been on seen large bunches of animals since that first thing we had? Where we got the 8 bear paradrop and the squads of wolves and so on? It seems to have really toned down since then. Either Fertile Creek. Nope. so trained to grab every flax I see. Oh, this must be Rem's place. Mud brick. Oh, yeah. Fancy. Fancy no roof house. Five to six occasionally. Elsewhere is fine. It's the 8 bears right on top of the spawn point that was kind of annoying. I am not experiencing any kind of lag. Still whisper smooth for me. It has been the entire time I've been streaming this session. I overshot my house. I should probably go over here first, though. Oh, yeah. Alright, let's fill up their storage. They got plenty. Alright, let's eat a flax grain. So you can see just how long that buff lasted. I don't even remember how far back it was I had that other flax grain when I was describing this starvation diet thing. Let's see. Ah, alright, we'll use that. You guys can have those. And that. Keep the stone. Keep bricks. No storage over there. Alright, my normal stuff I run around with for new tools. There you go, you guys can have that one. I don't want that one. That one's ugly. Alright. Somebody said there were candles somewhere. There we go. I just need one. Just one. Not Minecraft. Standalone game called Vintage Story, built by former Minecraft modders and very much inspired and copied by TerraFirma Craft and Minecraft mods like that were very heavily crafting centric. But oh, we got one of the good sunsets. I missed the sunset. Yeah, it's too late. I missed the cool sunset. Oh well. Into the mud hut with bacon. Who also vaguely smells like bacon. Let's see. Plate plus candle plus clear quartz on each side equals copper lantern. And then I need, when I don't have, I need to go get some more clay. And turn this stone into cobblestone and put some fancy patterns in the walls of the visitor center. Oh yeah, I guess I might as well use the lantern while I got it. Lantern has a higher light value than the torch, which has a higher light value than the candle, which has a higher light value than the the fat candle thingy. It's over here, I think. Wow, people have really been messing with the landscape and making it look pretty bad. Forgot where the clay was. It was my house and then over here, I think. Yeah, right in here. Alright. Guess we gotta go down. Don't want to breach the dike. Yeah, the game was made with modders in mind because it's built by modders, and it's super easy to mod and install and remove mods. And the server actually auto installs them if you're missing mods when you log in. But it's got a big modding community, tons of mods out there. I generally for my personal play only usually use a few minor interface convenience mods, but yeah, if it's something you think would be cool, it's probably already there, and you can go grab it and install it and use it for your own play. I'm going to be taking suggestions on my Discord for mods to add to the community server. Right now, we're just running some four basic utility mods. That should be enough for the moment. Clay, and let's make some pretty rocks. Aw, slate rocks. That's what I was looking for. Love the slate look. Yeah, I didn't grab enough. That's it. That's all I grabbed. And alright, that'll be enough for now. Go put the lantern in the visitor center real quick after I store some stuff. Nah, it's not worth holding just one or two of these things. If you die, all your stuff hits the ground, and it's going to stay there for 30 minutes, which should be most adequate for corpse recovery. Plus, the map is enabled, and it'll show you a tombstone on the map of where your corpse is, so, you know. If anybody needs help with corpse recoveries, just let us know. People will be probably happy to help. If I'm in the area, I will do so. But with 30 minutes, that should give you plenty of time to get your stuff back. But yeah, you're naked when you revive. That's part of why I have the visitor center set up for both new incoming players as well as people that get killed. Just hit the visitor center and grab a few items. Please replace them later when you get an opportunity, so I don't have to keep restocking the place. But you're free to grab whatever's in there if you need it. I was going to... Uh-oh, my starvation diet didn't last as long this time. Oh yeah, I was gonna drop. No, I'm keeping all that. I'm dropping nothing. Actually, I think that was somebody else that was starving, not me. It was just so close. I thought I was starving. All right, we have a we have a lantern in the visitor center. Now I don't have to keep setting torches. Yep. All right. Don't want to change things any. I think I'm going to wait until we get glass. Well, actually, I can do glass now. We've got quartz, and I can set up bloomeries. I could do glass. I still would rather do one more day of exploration than I'll think about setting up the glass for windows in here so people can see out. And then I think I'll put a pattern in the roof to break things up. If we put glass in the walls for windows, that'll break up the brown patterns there. So let's take this lovely slate. Or do we do more of the blue, the andesite? Slate's pretty dark. I think we'll do the slate. Let's see. How are we going to do this? Shall we just do a diagonal? Come here, you. Got dark in here quick. No, no, nope, nope. Gotta be straight. Yeah, I think that's good enough. I guess I could alternate the pattern completely, but I only got 15 more blocks. I'm not sure I would have enough to finish it for now. What would that take? Only 1, 2... we might make it. Let's give it a try. Do a checkerboard. Longtime viewers are probably wondering if I've been body snatched. Hope we're almost done. Alright, here we go. I think I'm done in here. Just a few windows and a couple of the walls, and we're golden. Oh yeah, and I need to do the pathing around the building. It's dirt most of the way. It's just got the one path out to the trader. So, pathing and some windows. Then I think I'm going to call this place complete. New players got armor they can grab, they got spears, they got shovels, axes, and knives, and there's torches, and eventually I want to get some poultices in here, but whoops. We're kind of short on horsetail in the local area for the moment. And this is the spawn point, basically. The 0 point for respawning is here, but I've got it set on 25 block radius, so they'll appear anywhere within 25 blocks of this point. But it gives them a quick spot to jump into, grab some items if they need them, and get moving. Alright, 1 o'clock. And I've got a pathway I built over here to the trader. If anyone wants to take it any further, they can feel free. Like maybe over to Austin's farm or to their own house or whatever. But I'm done with that part. Other people can do it. Alright, let's go dump a few items and figure out what I'm going to do next. Guess I could get clay formed into bricks. Put them in the... yeah, let's get some bricks fired. If I can get some bloomeries built and get some glass going from the quartz. What fascinating thing are you building here, Austin? Are you grinding grain for your daily bread? Or are you making chalk? For leather making. Chalk, yeah. It was more likely to be chalk. Gotta get that leather making going. Alright, so I need to keep this. Guess we'll leave that alone. Uh-oh, bacon's heading to my hut again. Ew, vegetables. Yuck. Alright, I'm just going to toss these. Yeah, I don't need you. Leave that alone. And we'll deal with you later also. Not sure on the normal item despawn. If you just throw something on the ground, for example. Bushmeat, yuck. Your torches went out and you're stranded in the wilderness. Yep. That'll happen if you're not careful. You always want to make sure you got plenty of torches, and you never carry torches in your or you never have torches selected anywhere near water, because if you go into too deep water, it'll quench the torches. That's always fun if you're running around at night. Which, A, you shouldn't be doing usually, and B, have your torches out. And C, haven't put a torch in your offhand, as well as your regular inventory, so that you can prevent the every single one of my torches just got quenched problem. There are safeguards, lessons to learn. Okay, I was going to make bricks, and then get them fired, so... Give me clay and clay. That's right. That's the wrong kind of clay. I need fire clay. Alright. We got fire clay near that somebody can point me towards. I think I remember seeing some near somebody's farm. Down south. I don't remember running across any here local. How far out are you, old wolf? I can go with you if you need to do recovery stuff. I can figure out where you're at. Way southwest. That's... I can't see you on the map. Yeah, you're probably too far out. Four o'clock. Guess I might be able to find the fire clay just by zooming in. I remember I used to be able to do that kind of stuff. We'll do the travel nerd poll. I'll move south when the sun comes up. Minus 219. That area, huh? It's a little further than I expected. Either Tyluna. Alright, I got torches, I got tool making, I got food, I got dirt. Let's go ahead. Yeah, the animals near base have really settled down. We just had a wild and woolly first stream with animals. Oh, there's the apiary. Needs to go still. Ah, that's absolutely going to be fire clay a lot closer than this one. Clay right there. Which kind? Fire clay. At 242,404. That might be... Actually, I think that is the spot. Yep, close enough. Alright, thanks for the clay coordinates. So we're out here getting fire clay so I can make fire clay bricks for bloomeries. So I can process quartz so I can make glass. Once I get the windows in and the path around the visitor center, I am done with that project. And I'm going to go hunting flax and resin and a few other things. Should have grabbed a copper shovel before I left too. Four flax? What do you mean? 4 flax grain? 4 flax seeds? What are you looking for? 4 flax, ooh, fibers. How far away are the crops? Since we're on the 30-day cycle, it should extend out the grow times. What are they looking like for, like, from Austin's farm? Anything remotely close? It should be about 3 times longer grow times. Because we're running 3 times longer days. Four out of 9, huh? Yep, it's gonna be a while. Although we're still in May, which is kind of nice. So far, I kind of like having the extended months. And I know it's a relief for folks that can't play the game 12 hours a day every day. They can log out and log back in, and it doesn't go from early spring to deep in the winter when they log back in with no winter clothing and no food. And let's make another one. We'll go back with a big old pile of fire clay.
I have flax, Austin.
Yep. Class restrictions are enabled. You can only make whatever your class is allowed to. I gotta figure out how to use the auction system, so I can make a decision on whether to bother leaving it on for community server. I've never used it. It's turned on, but I don't have the faintest idea how to use it or access it. If it's all done through the trader or some other mechanism. Do you set up your own vending machine in your base, or I don't know how it works.
As you will discover, you have to place a deposit in years to even place an auction.
Your wolves howling out here. I've seen a wild wolf or bear in quite a while. Alright, coming back.
Andy, is the flax at your base? Can I go grab it?
I have no, I'm bringing it to you. I'll just put it in your chest.
Okay.
Blue clay at that marker. It's a bit of a drop. Let's not go in there. Time to expand. Who grabbed my stones? Jeez. Some cheap bastard grabbed my stones around my pick kiln? That's kind of funny.
Yeah, I actually found that's where I got all the copper from.
Screw it. Just fill it all in. Make it simple.
Not to make surface copper incredibly common. Just demand.
Depends on what the server settings are at. And if it were on a basalt plane, yeah, it'd be a lot more common.
Sure had an easy time with copper and the limestone that we were on for a co-op game I had with Make 'em. It was so much copper.
Nice.
I use that seed. It's there's so much malachite everywhere. One node will keep you for quite a while.
I'm trying to get some horsetail put into the visitor center along with some reeds. Well, what I want is healing items, the healing poultices and the storage vessels in there. So if you've got horsetail, just toss them in there and I'll grab some reeds and make some healing poultices, or you can do it or whatever. One of the last things I want to do over there. Get some healing items in the vessel, get the glass in, and get the pathway around it, and then I'm done. I need, let's see, I need lots of grass, lots of sticks. Let's go visit Austin's house, see if we've got scythes or shears. Nope. Alright, we'll do it the old-fashioned way. Yeah, I'm sure the Boyer characters would be happy to get feather donations. Now it's all about the sticks. Nope, I don't have the faintest idea what people are playing. I know Radar's a boyer, because he pretty much always does that, but other than that, I don't have the faintest idea what people have picked. I'm not sure I have a server command that would show me either. Lost out all my extra stones because I didn't think I'd need them. Oh well. Not quite enough. How many new players? What do you mean by new? And what do you mean by right now? Got 9 players online currently. We got Bacon Queen, Nor's Knight, Jornus, me, Tyluna, Apocalypse, Austin, Lithios, and Lord of Slavs. I have known Austin and Apocalypse. They're the only names that I remember from previous community runs. The rest are, I guess, what I would consider new. Joined either yesterday or today. I think yesterday or peak we had like 16 players on. Okay, now one more material and we can get these things fired up. I'm gonna have to replace that. Yeah, some of them are fairly new to the game. Time to make fire. Oh, you meant new to VS? Yeah. Most of them. Judging by the number of goat deaths and wolf deaths and every other kind of death. Alright, big old pile of fire bricks is firing up. Take that back. Once we got those, I can put the bloomeries together and process some quartz. Get some glass panes for making some windows. One more step away from the mud hut hovels. Short on a few items. I'll need to get refilled. You can have the rest of that for now. Now we just gotta wait. Got some quartz. Got probably get more quartz. Oh, we got some. Go look at the Welcome to the World station. Ah, he's got an auction house tab. I have to go get my resin, see what I can get on the open market for my resin. Wonder how does it do that? Do you set a gear amount, or does it preset amounts for different item types? Let's find out. I am curious.
Someone's created an incredible stone pathway up this mountain, up these cliffs.
Wasn't me. I haven't done any cliff paths. Is there anything at the end of the path? Like a magnificent marble palace?
Just a dead end, but they've put a lot of work into it.
Your auctions. Place auction. Oh, yep, I can set my own rates, huh? So one of those. That rusty gear prices. 0. Ooh, I can set 0 auctions. So can we use that as a storage point to trade items? Haha, trader cut on sale, 10%. How does he get a portion of a gear? I mean, how the hell do you get 10% when the average price is going to be like 1 gear? How does this work? Duration for weeks. So if I say 1 gear, whoops, 1 gear for my resin at max number of weeks. Deposit, oh man. Not enough gears to pay the deposit. Huh. Yeah, that cuts into it quite a bit. Alright. I guess that solves the problem, because you're forced to pay a deposit, which is going to pay for the trader's cut in the gears. And so you want to do large sales, not little tiny ones. Otherwise you get nickel and dime to death, because there's no subcategories of the money. Alright. Interesting, but not something I'll be able to deal with right now. Don't have much of a gear economy yet. Okay, what to do at night? Calm rift activity, so... Guess I can... Wait on that? I don't know. Think about what I'm going to do at night now. I think in the morning it'll be another faraway trip. By the time I get back, the bricks will be done. We'll be able to get the bloomeries going. 10 hours for the bloomeries to fire the quartz into glass. Alright, that's fine. Oops. Hmm. Am I playing in single player? No, there's 11 people. It says right here, players online 11. 11 on the server currently. All right. Time for more digging. It's right click and hold, but yeah, that's the right combo. Alright, need enough to finish that. Which takes stone and dirt. Have to do some digging if I wanted stone over here. Where's the cave? If I go in a cave, I'm gonna get drifters. We had a hole in the ground over here somewhere. It'll work. I think I might need a few more. Whoops. That's not the hole I was thinking of. Good enough. Okay, got my inventory reset. Got enough of the things I usually run around with. Done with the new player location, except for the windows, which is waiting on that, and then bloomeries. Probably gonna need more quartz though. I think I have enough quartz. I think I left all the regular quartz over at Austin's. Yeah. I'm not ready for the quartz yet. Still firing the clay into bricks. It'll be tomorrow after I get back from my running around during the daytime adventure that I'll get that done. And decide what to do with the next few hours of nighttime. trying to think through that gear economy for the auction house. I know you can get gears from ruins and in the caves. And from drifters you kill. But man, that's a lot of stuff for a long time on the server in order to get enough gears accumulated by the players to be able to use that kind of a auction barter system. And that's assuming they're not disappearing things into the merchants. That's true. You can also get gears by selling things to the merchants. I kind of consider that as partially offset by the fact that players would be buying things from the merchants, so you'd both have an influx and an outflow. How much the balance would go in either direction, I don't know, but that is another source, and it is a regenerating source, assuming you get merchants that are asking for things the players can reasonably get, not just weird clothes you'll never find, or super high-end tools you'll never give up. Steel seems like a pretty long-term thing to actually get enough gears in player's hand to do that kind of trading. Yeah. Really expensive, I agree. Plus they're far enough apart and it's randomized which traders you get, so sometimes you get a passel of nearby ones that are just totally useless. Oh, I see a very valuable rusty gear in the box. Gears are the form of currency that you use between players and the traders. So, that there is a rusty gear. You can get them by finding them in caves, you can get them by killing drifters and looting them, you can get them by trading with a merchant. They'll want certain things, and if you give them that thing, they'll give you X number of gears for it. And then they also take payment in gears if you want to buy something from them. So it's the currency of Vintage Story, essentially. Yeah, panning's another way. There's a few ways to get them. And this is the trader over here, and there's, I don't know, half a dozen different types of traders. I forget. They each specialize, so this guy's a clothing trader, as it says at the top of the screen. If I chat with him. These are the things he's willing to buy, and these are the things he will sell you. So, I mean, I'd love to get Gambeson body armor, but I don't have 12 of the rusty gears. Love to get the Gamboized leg armor, but I don't have 9 gears. He's got a total of 36 gears with which he can buy this stuff, so we could trade copper ingots. He's got a demand of 4, meaning you can trade him up to 4 ingots, and he'll pay you 1 gear per ingot. So ingots are possible, but it's a little rough to do in the early game. Flax twine, also a very valuable resource you would want to hold on to, but he'll pay gears for twine. But these other things, you're never going to find these other things. Very unlikely you'll ever find these things to trade them. But he does swap out his inventory every X number of days. And there's different types of merchants. So he's the clothing merchant, there's a survival merchant, the treasure hunter merchant, I forget the other names. They specialize in different kinds of goods. And they're roughly a couple of traders. Depends on the size of the biome, but in a single day of running, you can get to maybe 3 or 4 of these guys within an area. Sometimes you get like the wrong mix of traders scattered all around you, and you have to really go far to find a trader with stuff you care about. And then through the traders, the player, as I showed just a little bit ago, you can set up an auction house. You can set up your own sales. So I could put things on auction there, but he requires a 10% cut with a minimum of 1 gear. So you're going to want to do it in larger batches. You can't just say, I'll sell 1 resin for 1 gear, because then he can't get his 10% cut, but he'll take the 1 gear you get as his cut. So you end up with nothing. So, yeah. We haven't had a community game go long enough to really get into the gear economies and such previously. 420, sun's coming up. Alright, I better get ready. We're gonna do an away mission. I do not need anything. Go put my quartz away, and as soon as it gets a little brighter, we'll take off. By the time we get back, the bricks should be ready to process. Let's nerd poll and see if we get a better sunrise this time. Last time we watched it, it was not pretty. Sometimes you get really glorious sunrises and sunsets with a huge array of different color gradations. Apparently we have not had whatever atmospherics are necessary to generate them. And again, I haven't talked about in a while. It's an open server that I'm testing for our community play, partnering with Something Unique Hosting. And got a server with lots of slots, so everybody is welcome to join in and play on the server if they'd like. No real restrictions. Just hit my Discord for the deets on how to connect. Very quick and easy. Only restriction really is to be in my voice chat, you have to be a friend of the community, basically, which means I know your name and I've seen you in chat or donations or subs or whatever, but some kind of history of participating in the channel. And then I put you on the list and you can chat while I'm live streaming. Beyond that, though, anybody at all can jump in. Is this a test for a closed server? No, I'll make the next one open as well. I'm only going to have open servers. The only restriction, like I said, will be whether or not you can chat with me live during my live streams. But otherwise, I'll just probably keep the server open. It depends entirely on community interest. I mean, if all of a sudden I get 100 people that want to play in the server, then we're going to have a discussion. But right now, the numbers are low enough that anybody's welcome to join. And I can bump the server up to higher levels to have more people, so I don't think that'll ever be a problem. So far, the servers have been pretty rock solid, so we've only been running a couple of days, but I'm testing the hosting service and the technical end, as well as getting feedback from the community on what kind of mods we want to run and world settings. So this is just my first run, and I'm learning the things I need to learn about having more people on the server and what the consequences of that are, and getting feedback on the settings and mods and so on. So my plan is to run this for the next couple of weeks, as long as there's continued interest, and then I'll shut this one down and we'll start what I call the official server, which I was planning to do anyway. Over the Christmas holiday, we'll start it up when the Christmas holidays time offs begin for a few of my friends. They'll have time to play a lot. And we'll leave it running. Looks like we're just not going to get pretty sunrises for some reason. I mean, clear blue skies and fluffy clouds, but none of the really cool... I don't even know what triggers the change in the colorations in the sky. Sometimes you get these just gorgeous oranges and pinks and blues fading to blacks and purples on the western horizon. I haven't seen one of those yet in the current climate. Got pretty complex world building, climate models, and world generation models, and distances from the equator to the poles are important. We're in a fairly close to the equator, or closer to the equator location here than I'm used to. So we're seeing some different plants and animals and different sky variations. Okay, let's go ahead and get moving. Late enough. Which way did I want to go? So we've been out to about here. We went up here and rolled around the cliff face, grabbed some pretty stones and some quartz and stuff. We I think we ended up down here, and that's where I quit, and we came back. We've also been south a bit. Big old nasty forest here. I didn't want to go all the way through. Maybe I'll go we'll go east. We'll go out past the hot springs. I'll show you the hot spring that I want to set up a cool meditation retreat right over top of a hot spring. I don't know if I'll do it over this big one. Maybe I'll pick a smaller one next to the pond. I'll do this one instead. But I want to set up some kind of a fancy building at one of the hot spring locations. Yeah, let's go east. We'll go take off, look that way. So, sun rises in the east, we'll go towards the sun. The clouds also always go west to east. So, direction indicator, direction indicator. There's lots of direction indicators once you learn them. Which isn't as important when you're playing with a map. Which I'm not used to having a map, but normally in my solo play, I play without a map. But I felt that would be a little too harsh given the number of newer players we would have on the community server. So I turned the map back on. What metals can you mine? Lots of them. So if we go to the blocks and items, if we look at ore, we've got, not lore. I don't want to look at lore. Let's see, we got tin, chromium, zinc, bismuth, nickel, uranium, lead, manganese. What else? There's more. Variations. Yeah, no, a lot of stuff. Gold, silver. Yeah, doesn't have much of a use in game. It's not like you're going to be making nuclear weapons or anything. The technology caps out right at about the time you get blister steel, the earliest version of steel, and that's it. So while there are indications of that kind of stuff, and you can find it, it's not much you can do with it. The basic progression of materials that have uses is flint and stone initially, and then you work your way up into copper, then bronze, then iron, and then, well, other iron, and then steel. That's where it caps out. Blister steel, the earliest forms of steel. But it's quite the process and quite the project to get there, especially if you're playing solo. A little easier in a community game if everybody's cooperating. Somebody left a campfire. Keep an eye out for bears and terra preta. Pretty good fertile soil for terra preta, possibly. People have already seen it, probably, though. Oh, we got holes through the mountains up there. I didn't even realize that. Alright, so we got a couple of the things directly ahead of me. I'll just keep going that way. We got charcoal, brown, and we got brown coal in the rock. Walnut trees. And the good old redwoods. Yeah, this would be a really nice area to set up a big... It doesn't have the mix of stuff we have over there, but nice big flat grasslands area with the hot springs out here ahead. Be a cool place to set up a big community building. Oh, nobody's gotten the bony soil. I wonder if this is one of those that has stuff below. Some of them have secret areas underneath. When you step on the block or you dig through it, it'll collapse and you'll drop into a more dangerous area. All right. Has anybody tested the hot springs yet? Is it instant death to go in the water, or is it you take a bit of damage while you're in the water until you finally die? I haven't tried it yet. sludgy gravel with hot spring bacteria mat. Yeah, that's the bigger pool. Somewhere over here we have a smaller one. Oh, we got a trader hut. I think that's a trader hut right there. Look. Maybe this one over here would be better. Smaller one, right in the redwoods. Nice little structure nearby. And the pond. Yeah, this would probably be a cooler place to put up a really neat building. Or put up, use the redwoods and do a village in the sky. Do walkways and ladders and stairs and rope bridges. That might be a fun community project. Do an Ewok village up among this stand of redwoods. That's something I've never done before, at least. Be cool. Remember having trouble getting back out of the water with a knockback from damage ticks? Yeah, maybe. I don't know how fast the ticks occur. I'll have to, I'll test it out. Yeah, it's a trader wagon. Alright, let's go check them out. Which trader we got over here? Furniture trader. Good old paintings and barrels and stuff. He'll take colored glass, huh? I mean, I've got glass going to be coming out pretty soon. I can get a gear for my glass. He's got 31 gears. He'll take 6 glass. Not a bad deal. Once you get the infrastructure set up to do the glass production. All right, let's try to scoot along this way. Most of the gemstones are used for colors. So Peridot's green? Forget. Anytime you're curious if you actually have one in hand, just point at it, hit E to bring up your inventory, point at it with the cursor and hit the H key, and it'll bring up the information on it. And then show you what you can do with it. So I guess we have not peridotite. So, rough peridot. No, I don't think it has any real use. Not every object in the game has a specific use case. Some of them are just there because, you know, they exist and they add variety.
You can use some of the harder stones like flint, though. You might be able to do that with peridotite.
He's got an actual rough peridot gemstone, not peridotite stone.
Oh. Some of the traders will buy them as well. The rare gems.
Whoa. I think this is some of that lava that Rem had found. Look at this. Scary. I almost never see lava this close to the surface. Basalt rock and a lava flow. That's cool. Got a stream pouring right up against the lava flow, and it's created basalt rock break. Yeah, that's cool. I almost never see lava. What are long-term goals? Whatever you set them to be. It's an open-world survival game with no specific endpoint. Pick your own goals. It does have a large dungeon now. The Resonance Archive. So, I mean, you could consider that an end goal, but there's no official kill the dragon, you're the winner type of thing. Yeah, that lava is pretty rare. Especially like 10 spaces underground. That was really rare. I almost never see it either. I was really surprised I saw that. Goat in a hole. Oh no. Goat in hole. Interesting things here. I'm not sure what that is. We got more redwoods. But there was something over here. Oh, it's another arena. Somebody's probably been out here and looted the arena. We'll go check. Blue clay. Wow, this one's fairly empty. Usually it's filled up a lot more than this. Nope, nobody's been here, huh? Alright. Or they were here and it's just so low that they already grabbed the vessel. I think that's what's going on. I think the vessel was right there. So somebody's already gotten here and claimed them. Yeah, this is a really empty arena. Usually it's filled up with dirt and stuff a lot more than this. There's probably a ton of bony soil under this. Alright, let's take a look. Where are we? We're on this side of that lake, huh? I think part of what I'm seeing is that. Does this change? That reeds? That can't be reeds. I can't be seeing reeds. Go look over there. Oh, somebody's out here. More goats. A lot of goats. Doing some landscaping, are you? Oh man, there's lava down there too. That'd be hilarious if you landslid and dropped into lava. Careful about goats. You do not want to stand right next to goats. They will kick you to death. Oh well. They will be hostile if you stand right on top of them or let them step on top of you. You gonna be able to get here? Yeah, you should be able to get here to get your stuff back. So he just died. He's gonna reappear back there. What can the bony soil be used for? It's for grave sites and such, and it has a higher incidence of things like arrowheads and other man-made objects. So you can do panning in the game. Literally, you get a pan just like you pan for gold, and you can pan sand and gravel, any kind of sand and gravel. But the best stuff to pan if you want intelligent made items, you pan bony soil. There are drop rates listed in the wiki that tell you what you get from the various things and the percentage chances and all that. But the reason you would do panning is if you just had zero luck finding copper nuggets on the ground, typically. So in the early game, if you've scoured the areas and you can't find any copper nuggets to try to get yourself started into the copper stuff, then you grab a bunch of sand or gravel and you find a thing of water and you go panning to get your initial copper so you can get your tools. But yeah, goats are perfectly fine as long as they're not directly adjacent or on top of you. Then they will kick you to death. So, you know, don't step up on top of a goat and don't let a goat step on top of you. What was I coming over here to look for? Oh, this is what I was seeing. Bald cypress logs. Another regional tree that I haven't seen much of. That's what this change in coloration was. Cypress. That'd be interesting. That would provide a different colored wood that you could use for cool stuff, either boards or the raw logs if you wanted to use them for decoration. Lots of pink colors. Time is at 1400. Yeah, let's cross and then over this way. Go swimming. Yeah, you can get some pretty fun stuff, in particular from the bony soil. Yeah, the way you get bees in your base is you craft a skep, then you go find a wild beehive. The skep you take with you needs to be fairly close to the hive, so if it's way up in the air, you'll have to build a ramp and then a platform to put the skep on. But let's say a skep is like 3 or 4 spaces off the ground in a tree, or a beehive. You place your skep on the ground near the wild beehive, and then you wait. You come back a couple of days later, and it can take a while. And when it says your skep is populated, the way you pick it up is you have to replace one of your 4 basket slots. So you pull out one of your baskets to make an open slot, and then you can hold control. And while you're holding, well, for me it's control. You crouch, and when you scroll your mouse wheel, you'll be able to scroll the selector right over to the basket slots. Get to the empty slot, and then you can click on the skep to pick it up into that slot. And it'll show on your screen that you're holding the skep in 2 hands. And then you'll waddle your way back to your home base with the skep in your hands, and you can place it wherever you want in your base. That's how you basically get your beekeeping stuff started. Craft skep, go find wild beehive, place skep, surround it with flowers. That's important also, I forgot to mention that. And then when the hive swarms, the bees will be attracted to your nearby skep, and they will populate it. And like I said, you just pull out one of your basket slots, crouch and scroll your wheel over into that slot, and you can pick up the populated skep. You only need 1 generally from the wild ones. Get one of your skeps populated, take it back home, and then you just build a bunch of other skeps near the one you bring back, and it'll eventually spread to all the other ones you want to make. Okay. Goats and terrain and stuff, but I've picked up almost nothing on this trip. I'm doing more talking than I have exploring. More water. More redwoods. I think I'm going to roll back this way. It's already starting to get kind of late. Is the skep populated? If it's not populated yet, you can just break it and you'll be able to pick it up again. It won't destroy the skep. Ah, just waiting for it. It can take a few days. This is one of those holes you die when you fall into. Get the wrong angle. That would be a death hole. Ooh. Yeah, there's lava damn near every hole I look at. It's got lava flowing in it. Interesting. Whoa! That's how you die. Lava everywhere. Interesting region. I don't have any idea if you can really use lava for anything. I'm not sure it can be transported. Not yet, anyway. I see. Somebody's living over here. Nor's neck. One side down the other. Whoops. Armor's slowly disappearing from the racks. You folks that are starving to death, are you doing so voluntarily? Because you're trying to learn mechanics, or you can ask for food? I respect your wishes if you just want to figure things out, but, you know, it's not necessary. I picked up almost nothing that trip. There's very few resources on the ground that direction. Nah, blister steel's as far as you can get. It holds pretty true to quote-unquote historical progressions in that regard and caps out at blister steel. I don't believe the game includes any kind of fantasy metals. But, I mean, to even get to that part, it is so complicated when you get up into the steel. So, steel making, I mean, there's coke ovens you got to do earlier, but steel making, earliest form of steel, blister steel. Got to make a cementation furnace, which requires you to collect 65 blocks of refractory bricks, which are different qualities, tier 1, 2, and 3. You need gratings and iron doors and coffin sections, and you have to build this actual cementation furnace structure out of all of these components. Then you got to fill it to the top with iron ingots and charcoal or coke. And then it takes like 10 days or something to actually burn down. And eventually you end up with blister steel, which then of course you have to work on the anvil and all that kind of stuff, but it's pretty complicated. All right. Yeah, I brought back really nothing useful. It's fun to see some of the things, but we didn't get much accomplished. Oh, wait. I got my plays ready. Cool. Hey, stop it. Wrong way. Cool. Let's see. Now we've got to make these. Let's just do 2 for the moment. And the other one is so. Put the caps on. Alright, we have 2 bloomeries ready to stuff full of quartz. Alright, 24 each. I need to go grab some charcoal. We better take a few extra. I think it's 6 each, but just in case. Oops. Dang it. Hate it when I do that. I get thinking about other stuff and I'm not paying attention to what my fingers and my eyeballs are doing. Yep, 6 charcoal. Alright, here we go. First batch of glass. $10 hours for that to burn down. We'll just store the bricks over here. What is making the fire noise over here? You got something down below that's on fire? Huh? Huh, weird. I don't know where that's coming from. Oh, they got something going on up there. Probably worth. What are you guys doing up here? Ah, you got your kilns. But they're not fired currently. Oh, still, why the fire noise? Whatever. Alright, come on. Ugh. And greetings, Raven Moon. About time to find another project. So as soon as that's done, I can get the glass in the welcoming hut. That'll be the end of what I wanted to work on there. Still like to find some more resin. Uh-oh. Medium rift. I hear it nearby. Gonna get drifters. Yep, here they come. Let's go hang out at the other place. Yeah, yeah. At some point, I should probably get off the starvation diet so I have some hit points. I should probably make myself at least the firewood armor. Let's see. Now stockpiled out here. All right, I have armor. Look at that. Fancy. Must have had a turnip crop come in at least. Alright, so veggies are available if I grab my own fruit and some red meat. Make myself some meals, get myself off the starvation diet finally. It's time. Thank you very much, Texas Raz, for the Prime sub. Let's see. Check some server info. Uh-oh, somebody's glowing. That's the glow of shame. You're aware of that, right? If anybody's ever gonna get those goats in a pen and domesticated.
I threw some grass in there.
I guess I should have brought more replacement armor. Whoa. They brought a full stack of horsetail. Alright. I guess I'll have to add getting some cattails to my list. While I'm out and about, make some healing poultices to drop into the newbie hut. Wouldn't that take ages with longer months? Wouldn't what take ages? What particular point are you responding to? Domesticating the goats? It would. Why I'm not doing it? Well, I'm not doing it because I just hate goats. I just hate that whole process. It's a stupid long process, even when you're not running extended time frames. I don't know if the goats are also, the domestication process is also affected by the change in the time frame for the months. That's a god-awful long process to begin with. What do we got? 150. Another couple of in-game hours and it'll be light enough. Need to grab some berries and kill a couple of goats or pigs for some red meat and then make my food. Yeah, you've got to get to like the 3rd generation and then have them grow up to be adults before they'll stop kicking you every time you try to go get the milk. It's always fun when you've got to don your full armor before you go try to get some milk. That is rot in a pot. Bushmeat, 23% spoiled. Sounds yummy. The heck? I thought we had a rot pile over here somewhere. Huh. Somebody must have grabbed it. Rot, an ingredient for compost, which provides fertilizer, 40% to the N nitrogen nutrient type. That's why you want to keep your rot. Sometimes you purposely rot stuff. You harvest 1,000,000 berries and you just throw them in a compost bucket or barrel and let them rot, just so you can get a lot of fertilizer later. By endgame content steam, I'm pretty sure they mean steam-powered mechanisms. You can get to blister steel. They're probably going to add steam-powered stuff so that wind power is not the only power source. That'd be my guess. Possibly trains. I got everything else infrastructure-wise and material-wise to get some kind of basic train set up. There's wind power. We got windmills. We'd set up, once we get a little further advanced, we'll set up tall windmills, or tall towers. We'll put windmills up on top of the towers to generate motive power, and you connect it to big gear wheels, and then run axles and gears down into the workshop, and you connect it up to various devices that will help automate and simplify some processes. So we have info on that in here. Mechanical power. So you got Archimedes screws and windmill rotors and sails and axles and gears. You can run kerns, and you can run helve hammers, and you can run the pulverizers. There's even transmission and clutches you can use, brakes, all sorts of stuff. It's pretty complicated. Alright, it's getting light. So, I was going to go hunting. Go get some red meat and see if we can find some berries that haven't been picked over. And these ravenous band of locusts. Probably hunted out all the local animals too.
I don't think there's been a lot of hunting going on. A lot of people dying from it.
They've been hunting, they just don't understand how it works. They've been doing it opposite. Hunted out all the local horsetail. Yeah, that was getting a little scarce. Let's go look in another cave where I shouldn't go because I have no hit points. Goes up and through. Whoa. And then a sheer, long drop. God damn it. Don't hold control and shift when you try to throw one torch into a big pit. Because the result is you throw the entire pile of torches into the pit. Time to go make more torches. Uh-oh. About to get killed by a goat myself. He's still coming. He's still angry. Whoa! And he's still coming. I'm not sure I'm going to find my other spears, though. Why did that goat attack? Because I hit him with a spear? That's why I stabbed him. Where was my original throw point? I kind of had to scramble around. I'm not sure where it was. I need a tracker for my spears. Gotta put tracking tags on them. Where, oh where did you go, spears, in my mad scramble? That get me back to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm only missing one. See if we can die to this one. Whoa, that was close. That was real close. He just kept on coming. I thought after the third hit she would turn around and run. She was dedicated to that. I would not have survived the hit unless the armor protection kicked in, which was what, 60% on this armor? 55%. Yeah, almost a coin flip on whether I would have survived that hit. She was right up in my grill. Somebody's killing all the chickens locally. Probably the foxes. Alright, I got enough meat for now. Now I just need to find some fruit. Unpicked fruit.
You can check in my berry patch. There might be some.
I just chopped down this apple tree. That'll give me fruit, right? Radar won't mind if I chop down his young apple trees. One black currant bush. That is it for harvestable plants around the house. Close enough. How much meat did I get? 20 total. Yeah, we're pretty close. We'll just do it. Glass is ready. I finished cooking my meal. Oh, that's right. I tossed all my torches. And not quite enough. Need a couple more. One more, please. Ah, this will be good. Is this in prep for 119? Who knows when 119's coming up? It's not in prep for 119 now. I did the 119 gameplay when I first started playing it again a week or two ago, but it's too unstable, memory leaks and other issues. Soil slippage not working, basic things. I don't know when they're planning on coming out with 119, but it definitely is a work in progress. All right. 4 and 4 and 4 and 4. And since we're going to get off the starvation diet, I'll just nibble on the rest of these. Build up my various nutrition bars. Alright, we're up to 12.2 hit points. Woohoo! Almost done. Alright, that'll keep me going for a couple of days. Suffered a grisly death. Big bear.
That's nonsense. It wasn't a grizzly.
Guess they just randomly rolled the descriptor. Hmm, 1% serving of red meat stew. Alright, as soon as those are done, well, I guess I don't have to wait. We can go do this. Break open our bloomeries. We have glass. The row of bunnies patiently waiting to get into the garden over there to nibble on all the luscious, luscious crops. Need red meat. There's 4 potential red meat right there. Shoo, you stupid bunnies. And the raccoon. Alright, let's go put windows in the visitor hall so I can say it's complete. Stop messing with it. Oops. I forgot to bring tongs. I forgot those things are going to be hot. I do not have materials to make tongs. If I can grab enough locally real quick. Crap, forgot what they're called. Where are you? That thing. That thing. Ah, I need 6. 2 more. Gonna end up running so far, I might as well just grab the tongs from the house. Whoops. Alright, I am going to declare this complete enough. Anybody else wants to do anything to it, feel free. What was my favorite mushroom? The puffball, because it's really easy to see from a long way away. All right, another project off the list. Yay. Jeez. Just needing food again already. I don't like it. I don't like it. Just need to raid somebody's crops and vegetable and fruit patches. Gorge myself on the various food types to fill the bars so I can get my hit points up. Alright, inventory's clear. I got enough. I'm not worried. I got tools. We got enough torches. Pretty much all set. 1500. Too late to go out and do anything interesting other than maybe gather some more stone. Start prepping for the next big project. Still need to find a better place to source resin. Everybody's going to want resin eventually, and it's a major pain in the ass. I gotta remember we've got a map, and I can mark trees with resin. Best spot so far is kind of tucked back here. Raccoon causing a landslide. Yeah, we got too many redwoods. It's taking up the place of too many pine trees I would rather have. Redwoods are fun and all, but I'd rather just have one good-sized patch of redwoods, not have half of the trees on the map be redwood. That could be redwood in there, but it's pretty hilly. No nice, flat stone biomes with redwood. I'm probably going to have to do some pretty serious traveling. Still, did anybody answer me earlier about finding a translocator gate? Anybody found one yet? Or are all the translocator gates buried under pools of lava, since we seem to find lava in every cave?
I haven't seen one yet.
I'll get my hit point pool up and do some spelunking. See if I can find one. Be nice to get to some different biomes. Alright, I think I'm going to call it here for now. So I don't want to get another project started, and I'm getting a little hungry. That's going to be it for me, folks, watching on the stream. Thanks as always. Appreciate you hanging out for some vintage story on the community server. I will check back in tomorrow. I'm going to be getting some other games in the rotation tomorrow. I'm going to be trying to do 2 streams a day, 1 on the server here, and then playing some other games as well. Can't subsist on a steady solo diet of vintage story, so we'll start mixing it up with some other stuff. Hope to see you then. Have a great evening. Stay safe out there. And you guys playing, feel free to keep playing. Server's open 24/7. Same with the audience. If you want to play on the server, feel free to join in. All the deets are on my Discord. I don't need to be here for you to join in and have a good time. So I will keep checking via the Discord and the server info to make sure any questions or stuff